Hi, I am back, and like I had mentioned in my last video, that I had a dream that this is a bit long, and I was gonna write it down, but I didn't have time. So I hope you guys will have patience to watch this video till the end because this is very important, and it's not for me to keep. It is for me to share to everybody. I've been so burdened about it. I don't want to not to make a video about it, and Jesus already already comes, and I still didn't make this video. I just felt so convicted, and so this is how it started. In my dream, I was in a relationship with this guy that I once knew. Okay, and this guy was rich in real life. In real life, he was handsome. In real life, he was a doctor. Okay, and who he is in real life is exactly who he was in my dream. And so we were in the big city. I didn't know which city, but it just seemed like it's a nice city. And we went shopping. By the way, this guy was wearing black baseball cap and black coat. And we went shopping, and he just made me a lot of promises. Like he promised to give me a great life. He promised to give me a life bed of roses, and he said he was so loyal to me. He said he's gonna marry me, and he can't wait to marry me. And he said that thinking about this in my dream, I was like, wow, what a catch. This guy was also in my dream, was so kind, was so sweet, was so charming, was so handsome. In real life, is also handsome. And he pretty much offering me the best of everything in the world. And just I felt like in my dream I was in the clouds. I felt like the luckiest woman in the world. And we just had so much fun. And after that, after all that fun, then he said he has to go to his office. In real life, he owned a business, and he has an office. And his in real life, he's got employees, and they're all women. But it's not that many as what I saw when I got in there, anyway, in my dream. In real life, he's probably had maybe they're all women, and maybe 7 to 8 employees, and they're all women in real life. And so we went into his office, and we went through the back door. Okay, we went in through the back door, and through the back door you go right straight to the kitchen. You go to the kitchen from the back door. And this kitchen, I was so surprised. I was filled with women. These women were so busy. They're like having a party. They were so busy preparing food, preparing drinks. And I was like, okay, this is not all his employees, because this is just too many. And there were also men in there, but they're only few. And I saw them sitting in that sitting area where supposedly a client should sit, and wait for their time to see the doctor, right? And so in that kitchen, next to that kitchen is sitting area for clients. Chairs are lined up in each side, and I saw clients. It's filled with clients sitting in there. And next to that sitting area, there were rooms. I don't know what the room was. I just knew in my dream that there were rooms there. And so I was still in that kitchen, and I saw this woman who she came from the sink, and she was holding a clear jar filled with fruits. They were red, color red, and right next to me, I was standing right to this table filled with women sitting on that table, around that table, and there were like a chopping board in that table. And this woman filled all that. She poured out all those fruits in the chopping board. And to my understanding, they were making fruit cocktail drinks. So it's a party. I was like, okay, it's an office and they're having party, and I couldn't get it. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit. Okay, Well, I was there. Sorry. Well, I was there. Then this guy told me, this guy, the doctor that I supposedly had a romantic relationship with, he said, well, once you go there and sit down where the sitting area was and wait for me there, I will be there with you shortly. I had to see a client. And so I said, okay. Even though in my understanding, like I was like, are you having a party? I just didn't ask, but I just had a thought that they're having a party somewhere, somehow, at some point. And then I was sitting there. I was just like, of course, I'm waiting for him. Because he said he's going to be with me shortly. And so all of a sudden, I was looking down. In my dream, by the way, got to me. It made me focus on these shopping bags I had. I had so many shopping bags in my hand. I was carrying this. I was happy. And some of those shopping bags, I just put them in the floor. And some of those shopping bags, I put it in my lap while sitting there, sitting area. That's how many are those. And I had my phone with me too. And I was just looking down my phone, just chilling. And when I look up, I saw a man. Okay, in my dream, I have no memory that I am married. I have no memory that I am married. That memory does not exist in my dream. Okay? It's just I didn't know. Like I had an amnesia. I never know that I am married. And I saw a man, and this man was talking to some guy, and he had a paper, maybe a prescription paper in his hand, and he was wearing a shirt, a royal blue shirt. A royal blue color shirt. And this man is my husband in real life, because I am married, and in real life it is my husband. All of a sudden, like this veil got lifted off of me. I realized that I am married. What am I doing here? Why am I having a relationship with this guy? I am married. I felt so bad. Like, what is going on here? Why I didn't know about this? Like, I lost those memories not until my husband showed up there. And all of a sudden I was like, why? I was also wondering why he was there. Like, there's no way he could have gotten here, because there's just no way. It's impossible. How come? It was such a surprise. I have no idea. Okay, I was like totally innocent that I am married, and all of a sudden this veil got lifted off of me that I am married, because I saw this man and made me realize I am married, because this man is my husband, and he was wearing a royal blue shirt. And in my dream, okay, and in real life, my husband John, his name is John anyway, my husband, he has the same shirt that he was wearing in my dream. And I was so afraid that he's gonna see me, and I just don't want that confrontation, not at that office. So I was trying to look down on my phone, and at the same time when I saw him, I realized that I was also wearing a cap. It was a dark blue or black, something about that cap, but it's so dark, and I was hiding my face on that cap. That's why I was looking down, pretending to be busy on my phone. And then he was coming through my way, because he's going out to the front door. And he has to pass my way. And I was looking down, wishing that he won't see me, but that cap touched his arm. You know that that thing in your cap that's supposed to protect your face from the sun, from the rays of the sun. It touched his arm. And then he looked down, and I looked up to him, and he didn't say anything. My husband in real life is a calm guy, and he was the same exact guy on my dream. He was just calm, and he was just like, he didn't say much. He just say, oh, it seemed like he knew already what had been happening, what happened. It's just like he just want to confront me, like, oh, I knew this, something like that. And I was just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I really didn't know. I mean, truthfully, in my dream, I had no memory that I am married. So it was like an innocent mistake. I was like explaining to him, I never knew I'm married. I'm so sorry. Can we go out? And I want to explain this to you outside, not here. And so we went out through the back door from the kitchen. And so we went out, and I was hiding in these bushes. Outside there was a bush right next to the fence. For some reason I was hiding in these bushes. I was sitting and hiding. Like I was hiding. I was so scared. I was hiding, and he was right in front of me standing. And he was still so calm and just want to really confront me, but his face is angry, the expression of his face is angry. It was so angry, like this was his expression when he confronted me outside. Don't you know that you're married? Don't you know? How come you have forgotten this? How come? Don't you know that you're married? Like over and over again. And I was just like, sorry, I'm sorry. I really didn't know. I'm so sorry. Can you just please go? I'll follow you. Can you just please go home? I didn't come with him, okay? I did not come with him. I made him leave because I for some reason in my dream I was scared that that doctor that I was in relationship with, because I got caught in right there in his place. I was so scared that he would also know, which I already in my dream I believed that he already know. He had to know for some reason. I don't know. I just had that knowledge in my dream, and so I kept telling my husband, please leave, please leave. I'm just gonna follow you. I'm gonna be right there with you. I just have to see this guy. I have to explain this to him. I gotta end this now. And so he left, and I never see him again. And so I went back through the kitchen in the back door, and I was in the kitchen. I was looking, at the guy that I had relationship with. I was looking at him. I was like, I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him anywhere. And what I saw was these women coming into this room right next to the kitchen, because there is a room right next to the kitchen. Okay, from the law of not from the from the kitchen, and then the sitting area, and there's a room, right? So they're coming into that room right next to the sitting area, and there were like women in bikinis, maybe 3 4 women in bikinis. Few of these women was wearing robe on, but you can see that they were in the bikinis. I can see it because they weren't really tucked. And so they weren't tucked, they were in their bikinis and on their bikinis, sorry. And then there were men too. There were men going in that room. So men and women, and they're swimming on their swimming trunk, those men. And one man was carrying a towel with him in his hand, and another man was carrying a wine in his hand. And so I was like, what's going on there? So the door was slightly open, so I had a chance to look at it and had a peek on what's going on. And I saw a huge jacuzzi inside the bedroom. And when I saw that jacuzzi, I saw some few men and women there. It wasn't that clear, but clear enough for me to know in my dream that it was jacuzzi, and they're having a sex orgy in the bedroom, in that room. And so I realized, oh, I'm so deceived. This is not right. I felt so bad. Like, I'm at the same time mad. Like, I am so deceived. This guy was just nothing but a trash. He's not really loyal to me. He's not faithful. I'm not just the only woman in his life. And so, all that things going on in my mind when I was when I was there, and I was looking for him. I said, I got to get out of here. I got to see this guy. And he was never to be found. And as I was also looking for the front door, because I want to get out of that place. I said, because I got caught, right, with my husband. Whether I see him or not right now, I have to get out. I don't want to go out through the back door. I want to go out through the front door. So I was looking on the front door, and on my way to the front door, I saw this woman just came out from the room, from another room, and she was naked. This woman is naked, and she had a robe on too, but the robe was just like put on, but it wasn't tucked. and I can see it clearly. She was naked, and she was also looking for the same guy that I am looking for. This guy that supposedly is faithful to me, I had a romantic relationship with. And I was just like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And I look at in my phone right away. When I looked at in my phone, I realized that I am missing my flight. You guys, this is the rapture. This flight part, this is the rapture. I'm like, I was so worried because I knew that I'm not going to be able to make it, you know? I am late. I know I am so late. I'm just not going to be able to make it. Even so, if I hurried out there, I am still not going to be able to make it. I am missing it. I was crying at the same time. I felt so devastated that I got cheated. I got deceived with this guy, and I was thinking about my husband. I gotta go home. I gotta go home. I gotta call my husband and get me another ticket so I can get back home. And then when I looked straight, I saw I'm so close to the front door. And then another veil got lifted off of my eyes and of my understanding. And I realized that I was not at his office. All the while I was at his house, not at his office. So this guy was total liar, okay? This guy was a total liar. And I was like, then my dream ended there. My dream ended. The interpretation of my dream was, okay, we as Christians in the last days, Satan and his demons is trying to deceive the Christians. So we won't be able to make it there to heaven. We won't be able to make it there on our first class flight, the rapture, okay? The rapture of the church, because that is the rapture, guys. It was telling me I missed my flight. Even if I hurried to get out of there, I'm not going to be able to make it. I was just there. I can't do anything. I was trapped. And these last days, and also I googled the shirt of my husband, the color of his shirt that was shown in my dream, the royal blue color. The biblical meaning of royal blue color is the word of God / angel of God, or angel of God, you know. So it was like in my dream, it was either God himself, Jesus himself in my husband's appearance, or the angel of God in my husband's appearance. Just there to confront me, you know, to confront me. You know, I am married to him. I am married. Excuse me. I am married to Jesus. And I got so caught up with these things in the world. Because of the promises, I got so hooked with the promises. You know, the itch of our soul loves it. The itch of our soul, our sinful flesh, you know, loves it. And if we're not careful, we will get hooked, you know, guys. We get hooked. And that's what happened to me in my dream. I got so hooked that I missed my flight. I even forgot Jesus. You know, instead of putting Jesus first, I set aside Jesus and forgot that I had a relationship with Jesus. I have an intimate relationship with Jesus, you know. I set that aside. I forgot about it, but instead I embrace the lies of Satan, the promises of this world, the security, the promises of this world to have a great life, you know, power and honor and glory, whatever. If you put hard work in, if you are you go with the flow with the world, you're gonna get there, something like that, and you're gonna get the glory that Satan is promising you. And with all that, it was all a lie, it was all a trap, because you realize also, in my dream, it always we came through the back door, right? Me and that doctor, in the first time, we came through the back door. When we got to his office, it wasn't really his office, right? We came through the back door, and I went to the back door again when my husband caught me, right? We went through the back door. Back door, guys, that was Satan's lie. That's how he's going to deceive the Christians. That's how he's going to deceive us all. So we won't be able to make it to heaven. And he always gonna play with us in a hindsight, not in a plain sight, you guys. It's always gonna go through the back door. So we all gonna be deceived. And if we are not careful, if we are not sober and be vigilant, we are gonna be so deceived with what's going on in this world, with all these security and promises. I don't know, it's hard for me to explain, but you know what I'm talking about. It was all through the back door, okay? And then because I want to get out, right? I want to get out. All that veil was lifted, you guys. Then I was looking for the front door. I don't want to go back to the back door, because that back door is where it started, the lies and deceitfulness of Satan, that I got so trapped into it, you know, and I missed my flight, and I didn't even have a chance to get out of the front door. I was still there, and my dream ended. You know what that means? It meant that I missed my flight, I missed the rapture, and I'm going to go through tribulation. I am at the very presence of Satan. I was at his house. I wasn't really at his office, because that last veil got lifted off of me. It was his house. And I just want to go through the front door, because that last veil got lifted off of me. I just want to, you know, just once and for all get out of there. But I miss it though. I missed the flight. So I am trapped. In my dream, I was so trapped in Satan's presence. And since I missed my flight, I missed the rapture, I have to go through the tribulation in the Satan's presence. That was the meaning of my dream. And again, that guy, that John, my husband, appeared in my dream. He appeared in my dream. That was the presence of God, or the angel of God appeared in my husband's image. Okay? He confronted me. He confronted me. God was really making sure that I'll get what the meaning of my husband was in my dream, because of the royal blue color. It was glowing, you guys. It was glowing. That shirt was glowing. And Jesus is really coming soon. And what else I could say? I mean, I don't want to make this video too long. Thank you that you're taking time to watch my video, and it's really, really long. But I have to let it out. I had to let it out because this is very important. I don't want to be carrying this burden anymore, just keeping it to myself. Even if I didn't write it down, I tried the best I could to explain it as clearly as I could. And so I hope you guys, if you have questions or whatsoever, and if you have another interpretation that God had put in your heart, you're free to comment. And please, no negative, please, because no negative comments, please, because I don't want any other Christians or any other people out there that are not really on fire with the Lord yet, and it's going to be a stumbling block on their salvation, you know. And if you happen to not like this video, just don't comment, okay? Just pass this video up and just don't watch. But yeah, you're free to comment if you ever have any explanation about this dream. And so I have another vision that I would like to make another separate video of that visions, actually 2 visions that I would like to make. And this last vision happened this first week of June, and another vision that I was gonna say, I was gonna make a video, is also, this was happened on May. And so there were 2 visions. There are 2 visions that I am going to make a separate video out of these 2. And so I hope you guys are vigilant and sober. Be prepared, always watchful, because the devil is there. Like God said, be vigilant, be sober, because the devil is prowling, is out there looking for vulnerable Christians like us if we are not guarding ourselves up. Guard up. We have to be guarded up, because if we're not, then he can easily devour us. The demons, Satan's demons, can devour us in so many ways, They can even use the truth. And it's really late here now, guys, and I see you next time. Have a great night. Have a good night. Bye.